Family Promise is a nonprofit here in our community in Kent County that partners with congregations and businesses and families to help serve families who are experiencing homelessness. Family Promise has been a really busy place the past few years. Family homelessness has increased significantly in our community, and for us to do that work alone would be impossible. So the partnerships with our community and the congregations we have is what makes it tick.
I was first exposed to Family Promise and the ministry when a friend asked me to come visit her one night when she was up here hosting families. So I came, had dinner, hung out with the families, and just decided it was something that I wanted to be involved in, which led us to become members here at Cornerstone Church. I would say I've always known homelessness existed, but probably like everybody else knows it exists, think where it connected with me more, that it could be a mom and kids, and that anybody could be a paycheck away from that. Even when you think you have it all together, it doesn't take far for you to become in that situation.
A lot of times people don't think it's so bad here, but in West Michigan, we have really constrained housing. We don't have a community that was built with dense housing in mind. Since January, we've seen significant increases, in some cases 30 to 40% on rents. And while we think that that's exciting and it supports a strong housing market for some, it doesn't support that for all, and those who have the least are the ones who are struggling the most right now. Most of the families that come into our shelter are working. They're working multiple jobs. They have not had control over their housing, and they've lost it. And so we're seeing families who really never, ever thought that they would need shelter or help getting back into a place to call home.
Family Promise and what we get to do here at Cornerstone Church offers more than just a roof over these families' heads, because we have the opportunity to meet them where they're at, to have dinner with them, to get to be conversational with them. The kids are great because you have an opportunity to play with them, and they'll sit on your lap and you can read them a book, or they'll play Monster and they'll chase around the room. And then just probably to hear where the parents are at the end of the night when the kids go to bed, and just give them a listening ear when they need it, but space when they need it. There was a time when my husband and I had the opportunity to help a family move into their first home, and the joy on the little girl's face when she ran up the stairs and said she had her own room was just priceless, and I will never forget that moment. Just recently, we had families in, and the little girl walks in and she's excited because they have walls. How real is that, that somebody's happy that they have walls?
So when a family's in IHN, things change for them very quickly for the better. They come out of their shell, they are able to find resources and support and friendships and connections for daycare and transportation and all kinds of cool things that we find in our church communities. But it also changes the church. And one of the things that I learned really quickly when I started was that the volunteers got as much or more than the families did out of the experience. It's not easy in our community to walk across the street and connect with people who aren't living a similar life to ourselves. So you have to be really intentional about how we engage with each other.
I think it's important for the church to be out in the community helping people, because that's what God calls us to do. We get plugged in and recharged when we're here on Sundays, and then we're supposed to go out in the world, and we're supposed to show God's love to those people that we encounter. And this is a great opportunity to do that.
You can never walk in someone else's shoes, and being able to really stop and listen and love on people and bring that empathy to each other and just assuming good intent and understanding each other's journeys has changed how I engage with everyone. It's changed how our team engages with everyone. And we've learned that maybe there's a lot more gray in this world than the black and white we saw when we first started.